Hello, everyone, and welcome to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency hiring series. My name is Meredith Pishnick, and I'm a Human Resources Staffing Specialist here at the EPA. In this hiring series tutorial, we're going to talk through understanding federal job announcements and applying to positions on USAJOBS.gov. So let's get started. So let's say that you're browsing jobs on USAJOBS.gov and find one that looks interesting to you. When you click on the announcement, you'll see this screen come up. The first thing that you'll want to pay close attention to when looking at any job announcement is that little blue shaded box on the top right of the screen that says, "This job is open to," and clarification from the agency. This section lists essential information that will tell you if you are or aren't eligible to apply to this position. It may be open to all U.S. citizens, or it may specify that it's only open to internal EPA or current federal employees, or it may say that it's open to recent graduates or current students with some clarifying information. If you're not eligible to apply based on the criteria listed in this box, your application will not be eligible to be reviewed. So you've determined that you like this job and that you do meet the criteria to be eligible to apply. The next step is determining if you're qualified for the position. There are two key sections that you'll need to review closely to make this determination. The first is the education section there on the left. Is there a degree or other education requirement for this position? Some positions don't have education requirements, so if there isn't a degree or a requirement, you will either see it blank or it will note that there's not a requirement. But if there are education requirements, you must meet these in order to qualify for the position. Next, you'll take a look at the qualifications section there on the right of the screen. And in this section, there's a very important piece called the Specialized Experience Statement. This is the statement that will always begin with, to qualify for the GSX level, you need to have at least 1 year of full-time experience equivalent to the GSY level defined as, and then it will be followed by specialized experience requirements. Sometimes that statement is followed by an or statement that lists potential substitutions of education for experience. And if you meet those requirements, that's great, you qualify. But if it doesn't have that or statement, the substitution of education for experience statement, or if you don't meet the substitution of education for experience, you want to make sure that you meet the specialized experience listed in the statement above. And remember that you'll need 1 year of full-time experience total. This can be added up from multiple positions, internships, or volunteer experience listings on your resume. That's one reason that it's best to always list the month and year for each of these entries on your resume. It's also very important for you to clearly list the job duties for each employment or volunteer listing that show you meet the specialized experience requirements. So you found a job you like. You've checked that you're eligible to apply, and now you've checked that you meet the education and specialized experience qualifications needed to qualify for the position. Now it's time to prove it. So here you're going to take a close look at the required documents section of the job announcement. Look at this list and make sure that all of your previously uploaded documents in your profile, if you have already set your profile up and uploaded documents, make sure that those documents are up to date and apply to this job. Your uploaded transcripts in that or that you attach to this application must reflect the education requirements listed in the qualifications section. You're going to want to make sure that your experience, and especially that specialized experience that is required in the specialized experience statement that we just talked about, is clearly listed in your resume. We need to see that you are without a doubt qualified for that position. And then you're going to upload any other required documentation listed. These requirements can vary between announcements, so don't assume that they're all going to be the same. Really check that section and make sure that you're getting everything attached that you need to attach. So you found the job that you want to apply for, you've figured out that you're eligible and qualified, and you've prepared your profile and your documents so that all of your information is up to date and ready to go. So it's time to officially apply. After entering some eligibility information, you will enter information about the series, grade level, and location that you'd like to apply for. The series is the code for a federal job that tells us what kind of position it is. For instance, 0401 is the series for a biologist or life scientist. Some announcements are open to multiple series, grades, and locations, so pay close attention to those parts. And when in doubt, select them all because you will only be evaluated for the series and grades that you select. When you complete the initial portion of the application, you'll be taken to an external site to complete the online assessment portion. And some announcements will only have eligibility questions and not qualification assessment questions. So if this doesn't happen, that's okay. But if you are taken to an external site, know that that is the way it's supposed to happen. And after that's completed, you'll be prompted to return to USA Jobs. So now it's time to attach your documents. They should already be uploaded to your profile. But you want to double check or triple check at this point that the required documentation section of the announcement, you've got all of those documents for that, just to make sure you're not missing anything. And just a note that even if you've previously uploaded documents to your profile, you must make sure that the documents are attached to the application itself. We can't access documents that are only uploaded to your general profile. So double check that all of the required documents are actually attached to the application itself. And now it's time to submit your application. So you'll click on that dark blue box in the corner that's circled here. If your application was submitted correctly, you'll receive this pop-up window here that says, "Thank you, you have successfully submitted your application." If you do not see this pop-up, you'll need to go back and submit it again. And you can contact the USA Jobs help staff if you have technical complications or issues at any point in this process. So here are some of our recommendations to help make it easier to stay informed and prepare applications when jobs you might be interested in become available. You'll want to create your USA Jobs account and fill out your profile information immediately. Then you're going to upload your documents and select preferences immediately. Make sure that you keep all of that information up to date for the duration of your job search, just in case anything changes. Next, you'll save your job searches as you go along. You don't want to reinvent the wheel to see what new jobs are popping up, so it's really helpful to save those searches. And if you save the searches, then you'll automatically receive notifications for when jobs are posted that fit your search criteria, which makes it so easy. So just some things to remember. You must search and apply for jobs on USAJOBS.gov. Your resume cannot be passed on outside this hiring process. So you can't email your resume and cover letter to an HR staff member or the hiring manager. We actually won't be able to do anything with that. We actually have to get the documents through USAJOBS.gov. And then how to get the interview. Make sure that you meet all of those eligibility, education, and specialized experience requirements like we just talked about. If you've double and triple checked all of those boxes and you've made sure that we can see this in your resume, then you're going to have a much better chance of getting that interview. So next, be specific, just like I was just talking about. Make sure that we can clearly see and understand your experience. We can't make any assumptions about the qualifications or experience that you have. So be clear, be concise if possible, but make sure to include any details that are really necessary to communicate your experience to us. And then last, you want to apply early. This is so helpful so you can avoid last-minute technical issues, and it allows you plenty of time to check and double check those documents for accuracy and to make sure that they are clear and have the information you need. And just a note that for some job announcements, we do set a limit for the number of applications we can accept. So you want to apply as soon as you get the notification that the job is open so that you get that application in before the limit is reached. And one more note, once the announcement is closed, we can't accept any further documentation for that application. We are so excited that you're interested in a potential professional future at the EPA. For more information, please visit the resources listed here, as well as the rest of our hiring series video tutorials. Thank you for learning with us today, and best wishes in your job search.